I get that Donald Trump thinks the world revolves around him and his needs, but he is learning a fast lesson in international relations. And it's not just Greenland. China is making deals all over Africa and Latin America while Trump threatens our traditional allies. European companies are securing resource partnerships in the Arctic while Trump makes imperialist demands there. Russia and Iran are deepening their cooperation while Trump alienates our NATO allies. Trump might want to help our standing in the world, but in fact there has not been a leader in U.S. history that's done more to harm the U.S. than he is. He is offering up a clinic in how to get foreign countries to run into the arms of our adversaries. In fact, Donald Trump has become an anchor around the necks of the world's conservative parties and candidates. We have watched in the last few weeks as conservative candidates have lost elections, often in major upsets in Australia, in Canada, and in Romania. When I say that there is no place on earth that you're safe from any affiliation with Donald Trump, I'm not being facetious. Here's Canada's Mark Carney making it abundantly clear where he stands on the issue of Trump.
As I've been warning for months, America wants our land, our resources, our water, our country. Never. But these are not idle threats. President Trump is trying to break us so that America can own us. That will never ever happen.
And just like in Canada, here's Australia's Anthony Albanese calling out Trump over the trade war.
The Australian people have every right to view this action by the Trump administration as undermining our free and fair trading relationship and counter to the shared values that have always been at the heart of our two nations' long-standing friendship. This will have consequences for how Australians see this relationship. These are uncertain times, but Australians can be absolutely certain of this. Our government will always stand up for Australian jobs, Australian industry, Australian consumers, and Australian values.
And as I mentioned, this isn't even limited to the English-speaking world. In Romania, just days ago, pro-EU centrist Nica Jordan defeated far-right Trump fan George Simion in the Romanian presidential runoff election. This was a massive rejection of Trump-style nationalism in a country that was supposedly trending hard to the right. Simion was literally running around calling himself a MAGA president and pledging to make Romania a strong ally of the United States. He even told reporters, quote, "We are a Trumpist party which will govern Romania." And yet now, like the rest of these Trump-aligned candidates, Simion finds himself out of power and out of a job. All of which underscores the fact that Donald Trump's America First rhetoric actually makes America last in practice. His aggressive, confrontational approach to international relations consistently results in other countries choosing to work with our competitors instead of with us. And those who do try and emulate his style find themselves on the fast track to unemployment. You haven't seen a lose-lose strategy until you've employed Trumpism around the globe. The really infuriating part, though, is that this was completely avoidable. The United States could have been competing for these mining rights. American companies could have been building partnerships with Greenlandic authorities. We could have been securing access to these strategic resources through normal diplomatic and business channels. But Trump's ego and his colonial mindset got in the way. He couldn't resist the urge to make these demands. He couldn't treat Greenland with the basic respect that any sovereign entity deserves. And now European companies are reaping the benefits of his incompetence. So the next time you hear Trump or his supporters claiming that he's a master negotiator or that his tough guy tactics get results, remember Greenland. Remember how his threats and bluster resulted in European companies securing 30-year mining rights while American businesses got absolutely nothing. Remember how his America First approach actually put America last in the competition for strategic Arctic resources. And remember that when you lead with threats instead of partnership, when you treat other nations like subordinates instead of equals, then you end up watching your competition walk away with the deals that you could have had. That's not strength, that's not winning, that is the predictable result of incompetent, ego-driven foreign policy, and Greenland just gave us a perfect case study in how not to conduct international relations. Before you go, if you enjoyed this content and you want to see more and support independent media, please subscribe to this channel. The subscribe button will be right here on this screen. But second, the reality is that we are now in a political environment where this administration can lean on any of the social media platforms to suppress certain voices if they don't like critical coverage. That means my longevity here is in the hands of a few tech billionaires who are already making it clear that they are willing to cater to this administration. To that end, signing up for my newsletter is a way for me to reach you directly if that ever becomes necessary. I'll put the link right here on the screen as well, so please sign up. It's free, but there's also an option to do a paid subscription if you'd like to support me and my team. I really appreciate it. Thanks so much for watching.